Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simph, Secuna, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa isang Startup Podcast PH special episode. We have Internet Computer Protocol Hub Philippines and its co-founder Nelson Lumbres. Hello, Sir Nelson. Kamusta?
Magandang hapon. Okay naman. All is well. Exciting 2025. Looking forward. Market is not doing well, but politics in US is also another topic. AI is a really big something right now. So thank you very much, Johnny, and to your team for inviting ICP Hub Philippines. And hopefully we can give more insight sa community nyo and to the people watching.
Yeah, first of all medyo volatile nga ang crypto market ngayon 'no, medyo maraming nangyayari, maraming factors na dapat i-consider. Pero I'm actually interested also as well on ICP Philippines. So ICP has been around na rin for quite a few years lalo na I think nung 2020 nagsikatan yung mga cryptocurrencies outside Bitcoin. Kumbaga yung mga napakaraming cryptocurrencies and one of them is ICP. And now si ICP rin ay parang may binubuong community, may ginagawang programs dito sa Pilipinas. So hopefully in this podcast na actually live tayo na sa FB, we'll know more about that. So ayun, wag natin patagalin pa Sir Nelson ano. So I want to ask you, ano nga ba ang ICP Hub Philippines?
Yeah, thank you for that. And the good thing no na-mention mo in 2020, na-mention na pag-usapan natin kanina regarding that you are a holder of ICP. And during
NSA, not financial advice.
Not financial advice. And you mentioned that during that time, medyo mataas pa yung price, no? And agree, mataas pa yung price during that time when it launched. And there was a manipulation, to be honest, that happened. And involved doon si SBF, Sam Backman-Fried, nasa kulungan na right now. Yeah, involved ang FTX. They know that ICP is going to launch during that time. What happened was FTX basically manipulated it by just getting a lot because it's going to be listed on their platform and then just pumping it up and then just dumping it. I think it just shows the one example of bad behavior on emerging technology right now. And we know naman what happened to SBF and what they did sa platform niya. Is really a fraud, no? And it affected yung ICP price. So if you're gonna take a look at it, although I don't want to talk about price much, but yeah, that it went down, but that's not the real price of ICP, no? Kasi it was manipulated. And good thing that you mentioned as well that you staked it, diba? So 8 years gang.
Yes, actually because bumaba nga yung price ano, so I just staked it for 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. 8 years gang, of course, people no can do that, can visit of course yung NNS. They can stake, so they have this voice on the platform, no, in terms of governance. You can also create your own proposal on the platform. Anything you can do, isipin mo, when you do that, you are like a part owner of ICP, no, and you can involve in the community and help it grow. So for ICP Philippines, we're really focused. Well, number one, of course, community. But it's really more of education. The only way to really fast track in learning ng viewers nyo, ng enthusiasts, ng community, ng builders, developers, is really for them to learn hands-on how to deploy a smart contract sa ICP. Because from there, they'll be able to learn the superpowers of ICP, which is a lot. So we can consider ourselves as a educational hub wherein we partner with universities and hopefully mga local government units sa mga far-flung areas na hindi napupuntahan ng mga ng emerging technology na free education. I mean, when did you see na Amazon Web Services goes to, I do not know, Davao or Mindanao or something? When did you see that Microsoft Azure, which is the mga current platform right now, goes to Davao or Mindanao and provide this free learning? If you go sa mga platforms right now, educational platforms, may bayad pa just to learn how to, 'di ba? Use AWS effectively, Microsoft Azure or other platforms out there. But if you think about it, these are centralized tech, no, traditional that we're calling it. That's been there, that's monopolized the market, that's monopolized the economy. You don't have a choice right now. If you're even gonna build a website right now, you have to basically pay. Credit card mo, lagay mo doon and monthly is-charge ka nila. And if your website grows, ang daming users, and then you have to add even more. And why is it so? Because we'll go back to the history. We're talking about the internet itself, no? During that time, it started in the 1980s, I think, somewhere around that. But it's made to be public, open source. And then what happened, of course, the logical thinking is we need it to be safe, to be controlled, and a lot of monopolies basically took advantage of it, which is okay lang din naman, and basically controlled the market. If you think about it, um, they say right now that 99% kumaga, of the internet is really untapped. And where you go to right now is Google, Facebook. These are platforms that may centralized servers sa Silicon Valley. I do not know, TikTok, YouTube, and everything. And basically, that's it. What happened to the 99% of the supposedly open source public internet that that was envisioned during that time? And good thing that we're having blockchain right now. Of course, 2009 started Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, wherein there's a capability of deploying smart contract, although it doesn't scale right now. Ethereum. And then we have, of course, ICP. We can do all those things. Of course, in legacy, OG, of course, Bitcoin, and then Ethereum. Right now, it can scale. And what we're doing here with ICP Philippines is just educating as much as possible the next builders of Web3, which is the graduating students sa mga universities. And it's like really finding the diamond among the gems. Napakadami, di ba? And from there, hopefully we can find those diamonds who's really going to build and have that entrepreneurial spirit to really continue on. Kasi we're talking about $1 trillion vault, kumbaga. Readily to be open, and the only way to open on susi is yung value. What value really can we provide, di ba? I think we're getting there. We have code camps almost on a regular basis to different universities. Next week we have, I think, 3 or 4 code camps going on simultaneously, and we're looking at maybe around 150 to 200 developers to deploy smart contract. So at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, empowering Filipinos with this free knowledge, this emerging technology that's happening right now. And hopefully hindi tayo mahuli, to be honest. Kasi kung nahuli na naman tayo, again, di ba? Philippines is huli na naman. But if you think about it, no, last bull run, you have to think about Vietnam. A lot of projects came from Vietnam. Last name Nguyen, Trong, di ba? Yung puro ganun yung last name ng mga founders. But what the good thing about that was their government, through collaborations, but basically at the end of the day, it's a conscious effort by the Web3 community and the government to really take advantage of this technology. I think we have to do that kasi there's really nothing much to lose. We are already a third world country, di ba? we have to risk it, and the government should be able to support similar to us what we're doing and doing more and leveraging on this emerging technology, this $1 trillion market cap or $1 trillion vault that we're talking about, and open it and hopefully mapunta sa Philippines and Filipinos. Sorry,
Mm.
ang haba.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Just to be clear, Sir Nelson. So basically, Internet Computer Protocol or ICP is um cryptocurrency na now nga is kumbaga nag-o-open up pa ng opportunities in ng community sa Pilipinas. Pero I'd like to ask more about ICP muna as a cryptocurrency because you said kanina na medyo medyo and in what I know, parang similar siya sa Ethereum na parang ito yung mga layer one crypto na parang
Yeah,
ito yung bubuo ng space where the developers can build apps, can build yung mga dApps
yeah.
under them. So parang si ICP ay ecosystem, right? So can we know more about that muna, no? Yung parang context lang din on what ICP really is in the cryptocurrency world, in the cryptocurrency superstructure, kumbaga.
Yeah. Well, if you talk about cryptocurrency, that's a totally different thing, no? Blockchain is totally different. But right now we're talking about, yeah, of course, sabi natin cryptocurrency. Of course, the idea there is yun, yeah, Web3, no? It's a piece. You're owning a piece of the internet, no? So and of course, ICP can be the next iteration of the internet, no? Because it can really do such. And the thing here is you're talking about cryptocurrency, you stake, you have invested on it before, because that's the main ethos of crypto, no, in Web3. Meaning to say, the only way for it to really put the power to the community is really um, to have this token and then distribute it, no? And people can invest on it if they believe in it, no? And it will put the price up. Ang idea doon is really, is it's going to be decentralized. Isipin mo stocks company wherein you get to own that, no, di ba? You invest on there and you get to own that. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be a monopoly because that company will still be fully or majority owned but by the no. But in ICP or other chains, it's going to be fully decentralized. Meaning to say, even the foundation
Mm.
built it, will have to forego, no, and just transfer it to, I do not know, hopefully hubs, we do not know, but to the community and everything. And at some point in the future, wherein adoption is really massive, wala na stake yung company or foundation that started it. So it's going to be the control of the community on the
Mm.
decisions and everything. That's the reason why we have that cryptocurrency, kasi that's the main ethos,
Mm.
and you have to distribute it. That's the goal.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense, di ba?
Mm, mm.
And the next is you were talking about the blockchain itself.
Mm.
So we spoke about the Ethereum, wherein it is like 2015 it launched, no? And then it just basically mentioned that yung Bitcoin it's not only going to serve as a ledger, 'di ba, na itong para money, monetary thing, but you can deploy a smart contract on it. Meaning to say you can place, I do not know, a picture on it, and it's going to be called the NFT, which is during that time Bitcoin wasn't capable of doing. And the problem is Ethereum, of course, we know naman na maraming problems, and we think that one of the chains, of course, there's a lot, no, but we think, and ICP is the next iteration. No? So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ICP. Okay, why is that so? Um, if you check yung mga other chains right now, although they mention that you're interacting with a blockchain, it's really not, because what happens is yung front end nila or whatever user interface that you're looking at is going to be stored on a centralized server. The only decentralized on other chains is going to be a few backend tokens or even JPEGs that serves as a ledger. because at the end of the day, it's really problem with scaling. That's the reason why. And you can research it. They really cannot do it. What we're offering with ICP is really 100% on-chain solution. If you are a company or if you're gonna build something right now, you're gonna be paying, of course, for hosting of your website. Next is you'll be paying for firewall and focusing on cybersecurity, maybe even hiring a team for it, and hopefully your site won't get hacked. But at the end of the day, yung mga legacy servers right now, in nature is going to be hacked. Diba? We're losing billions of dollars because yung platform is getting hacked. And if you think about it, in ICP, it's a big saving. Hosting your website, you don't have to pay anything. In nature, it's going to be tamper proof, very secure. So you don't have to hire this IT team just to manage that IT infrastructure. And alam mo, from there pa lang, napakalaking difference na nun eh. So it's really providing a solution na medyo futuristic solution, di ba? If you think about it, that is available right now that I guess 95% doesn't even know. And that's what we're trying to do. So just spreading the word, attending AMAs like this. So as much as possible, we really want to people be knowledgeable, specifically Filipinos. Yeah, thank you again, the Startup Podcast PH.
Mm. So no, parang yun pala yung parang picture niya ano. So since nagkaroon nga ng Bitcoin, nagkaroon na ng parang ano parang the new internet na decentralized na
Yeah.
ang internet. So blockchain brought about that possibility na dati Web2 centralized ang internet. There's a few companies, institutions who really hold yung ownership ng internet. Now there's a
Yeah.
real chance na maging decentralized and everyone owns a part of the internet. And then nung nagkaroon na nga ng blockchain and ng technology ng blockchain and then ng smart contracts as well, actually in what I know, parang ngayon ang daming chains ang daming mga itong parang
Yeah.
mga layer 1 or yung mga chains sila Ethereum, sila Solana, sila Cardano, sila
Yeah.
may bago pa nga sila Near protocol, etc. etc. So medyo
Yeah.
marami ano. And then parang I think this parang sinasolve din no, yung problem na as you said yung alin nga ba dito sa chains na 'to yung truly decentralized or parang truly
Yeah.
on-chain ano para
Yeah.
talagang walang central server nga na nagho-hold nung information
Exactly.
and nung ownership sa internet. And also yung scalability na maybe problem nga din ng ibang chains na mabagal, hindi kasi if you want an internet that's gonna be used by everyone, you need it to be scalable na parang kaya niya mag-handle ng sobrang daming transactions, sobrang daming activities sabay-sabay. Kasi ang blockchain parang technically ano siya basically 'di ba, parang one by one siya
Yeah.
na transaction eh. So you need to make it scalable really na magagawa siya sabay-sabay. And I think yung security pa rin, security in the internet. So I think ICP being one of this being parang ano din actually medyo sikat nga na chain now ano, na parang really solving this
Hopefully.
problem na really making a decentralized, secure, and scalable na
Yeah.
blockchain na or basically the new internet. But now why merong ICP Philippines? Why did it have a community specifically in the Philippines? So parang and how did you become the co-founder of ICP Hub Philippines? So how did it happen na from ICP as far as I know, ICP was started sa US ata or some country ano. So paano
Switzerland.
nagkaroon ng ganung story?
Yeah. So I came from traditional banking. Yeah, I'm really focused on growth, but I think parehas tayo ng time no 2020. I started learning about this and then going down the rabbit hole and investing, no. 2021, I think May, I think nag-crash and we lost a lot of
Ah,
money. So so what I did is basically I double time on researching and finding out what this is. And in one of the, I think documentaries that I watched on YouTube was about Polychain Capital, the founder, and check it out, by the way. It's a great story, how he started, and it mentioned there at the end, in the description, or I think they mentioned it as well, Divinity Foundation, and I got interested with it, and then I just reached out basically during that time. I just reached out, and good thing that they're looking for special projects. They called it during that time. So I started a special project. I'm still doing my traditional work in a bank, and I'm doing well with it. But so it's more fun lang talaga, no, and something doing non-traditional. You get to be creative. You get in network more grows versus traditional, and then continuous na, tuloy-tuloy na. And then from special projects, you move to being hub.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
Protect your assets from bugs before bad hackers exploit them, and launch your products seamlessly with Secuna, your trusted partner in cybersecurity. Receive reports in real time and work with security experts to find bugs in your products before others do. Let's make your security our priority.
And ICP, or Divinity Foundation, who is the major contributor of ICP. Blockchain is based in Switzerland. And
Switzerland, yes, Switzerland, yes.
Switzerland, yeah.
Mm-mm.
They're based there. And it is a great thing that we have that connection. No? I think everybody should do it as well. We have a connection to a very rich country in Switzerland. At the same time, rich or big blockchain platform like ICP. So I do encourage everybody to do that. Wag mahiya mag-reach out. Kailangan everybody will reach out, no? And to try it out, and you'll never know what happens. But yeah, during that time, so tuloy-tuloy na, and we've partnered with maybe around 30 plus universities already. We've done around 12 hackathons, code camps, yung mga 30 plus. We have 700 developers and around 52 MVPs. Project.
Wow.
And around 12 that I think that is ready for market maturity. So that's the goal. At the same time, we're working with the local government unit of Davao on upskilling. It's going to happen next week. Their developers and some of their projects to be deployed on the blockchain sa ICP. And we'll have a 5-day code camp by April sa Davao. And hopefully, digitalizing Davao can also have this recognition sa ibang cities, and we'll have more cities. Each and everything. Hopefully. I guess I really want to mention thank you, Johnny, no, sa inyo. Kasi pwede tayo magtulungan din to spread the word.
Yes, for sure.
Let's do it. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what we do. ICP Philippines and the whole ICP actually.
Yeah, so Dfinity Foundation pala nga ano, yung one of the main foundations behind ICP rin talaga. And yes, sorry, I have to correct that, based on Switzerland pala ano. And
Oh,
then so parang
yeah.
parang so you, in order to do these projects, these boot camps, these trainings, these upskilling initiatives, so parang may funding ba ito from that foundation or from ICP? And so parang may funding na pupunta sa ICP Philippines to
Yes,
do these activities.
agree. But
Mm.
if you think about it, they are a non-profit. Non-profit.
Yes, yes.
We are a non-profit as well. So
Mm.
if you think about, I do not know, USAID,
Mm.
UN, something I do not know, but they're also doing that.
Mm.
One of our partners, DevCon, the biggest community of developers here, is also funded by something that's an international entity,
Yeah. Mm.
na
Hmm.
non-profit, in order
Mm.
for them to move operationally.
Mm.
And yeah, I think
Mm.
that. So there's a lot of funding there.
Mm. Yeah.
People can check it out definitely.
Mm. Yeah, and now I'm interested, no, and I'm sure ang mga listeners nito from the startup community din ng Pilipinas ay interested when you mentioned the word MVP, kasi sige, i-connect na natin sa parang ano, no, developing of projects, of possible MVPs na possible ma-release into the market ano. So first of all, how does ICP Philippines do the boot camps, parang do these trainings, do the upskilling, and then how nangyayari yung parang pagbuo ng mga MVP? And just to give a picture, puwede ba makahingi ng ilang examples on what these
Yeah.
MVPs are, what these projects are, what these possible businesses that can be done sa ecosystem ni ICP Philippines or ICP as a whole din? Yeah.
Okay, for code camps, we have a program. The idea there is we have this curriculum. It can be done half day, it can be done 3 days. Really depends. But the goal there or the metric is there of success is going to be yung pag-deploy nila ng smart contract. It's really the code. So this is really for developers, but I think maski aspiring developers can, it's really not that hard. We're talking about a language that's going to be common on what they're using, TypeScript or Rust. Is going to be available, and they know that. They know that. Developers know that. And for MVPs, we were able to generate that through hackathons. So without hackathons, I think hackathon is the fastest or quickest way of learning or providing education, because you're putting up a price at the same time they're forced to learn on their own. Resources are available online, or we can give it to them, but they're gonna learn it on their own because they're motivated with the yung price na manalo. So hackathon is very critical on what we're doing. We have a lot of MVPs, but we're talking about MVPs, others coming from universities. So medyo student, 'di ba? When I say student, hindi naman siya hindi okay. I mean, it's really okay, to be honest. It's surprisingly okay. But maturity kailangan pa namin i-provide, guidance. So that's the reason why hopefully this year, no, we can launch our incubation program para 90 days na program they can really join, and then we're gonna clean up those codes. We're gonna clean up the project on what they're trying to solve things and everything. And in terms of 12 na market maturity, these are parang si Lely, di ba? Talagang sa studio, di ba, na of developers wherein they can really code, they can really build, entrepreneur, and that's the reason why it's a little more lower on numbers. But if you think about it, we're really looking for those serial entrepreneurs, no? Na medyo wala sa Philippines right now na kailangan i-develop ng government, to be honest. Kasi we need to grow really in startup scene, and people should be encouraged, no, na pakita yung talent ng Philippines, ng Filipino, that we can also be creative, we can do something what you're doing, similar to China, no, na DeepSeek, no, we should be capable of doing something like that. And I'm really hoping, no, na na mahanap namin yung diamond among the gems. I think we can.
Mm.
It's gonna
Mm.
happen.
Yeah, so si ICP Philippines pala ano, so basically parang din siyang startup enabler in the Web3 space din
That's the
talaga na
idea.
may may mga trainings, may incubation, may hackathons to really enable
Yeah.
developers, people to build projects, to build Web3 startups. So do you have
Yeah.
examples lang, Sir Nelson, ng mga possible Web3 startups na mabuo or nabuo na from the ICP activities?
Possible categories. Well, we have right now recent projects. Riori, we have is a restaurant ordering system. We have ways to earn is basically earned by cleaning up as well, helping. We have Daffy, who has been focusing on farmers. So we have a lot of those. But if you ask me, we also need projects that's going to be capitalizing on the emerging trends right now. Ano yung emerging trend? It's really AI. I really like that we have projects that are solving real world problems, but we cannot really take out the fact that AI right now, AI na talaga yung number one right now. And if there are projects na magbe-build no AI agents, kasi you're talking about existing AI right now, which is open source for DeepSeek, you can create AI agents specifically for what you're doing, and it's going to be an expert on what you're doing and can help anybody on it. And that's a big thing kasi the AI will be doing anything and everything for you. It's going to be the master of your industry of category, no. AI agents is going to be a big thing upcoming. RWA and DeepIn, I guess, but AI really, I think we can see it naman right now.
Ang exciting din pala ano, lalo na actually sa Pilipinas, marami tayong mga untapped potentials ano, na mga developers na magagaling na hindi pa lang talaga nakikita at hindi pa nabibigyan ng proper resources to really build these startups. But actually, it's super possible ano na sa ICP nga rin ang parang role niya ng pagdating niya sa Pilipinas, ICP Philippines, is to help incubate and accelerate itong mga possible not just Web3 but emerging tech startups. So actually, basically, to really build innovations, to really build technology na also market ready.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to ask is baka may mga nakikinig dito now na mga startup founders or mga aspiring startup founders, mga developers na interested pumasok sa community ni ICP Philippines, interested sumali sa mga trainings, sa mga hackathons. So, first, parang why would they want to join? Why will they choose to join? And second, how will they join?
I think first they have to join because regardless of it's really free education, no? And we should not stop learning. Dapat continuous yan. And if they're interested, they can reach out to us. My email address, I guess we can put on description, lumbresnelson@gmail.com. But moreover, they can check out our socials on Facebook, on Twitter, and Telegram, and just join there and start the conversation there. We'll be creating VIP channels soon. Meaning to say VIP channels, those who are really engaged and looking for an opportunity for ICP. And what else? I think just messaging, just reach out, no. Malaking bagay, no. A lot has reached out sa amin. I think tayo din. Reference, no, and to others, and we start collaborating. But it doesn't hurt, no, reaching out. And what else? We're really available on the Philippine digital footprint. So just Google us. You can check out and definitely you can find out more on what we're doing. And that is our advocacy, and it's going to continue. until such time that the adoption here is really going to happen, or until such time that we really find that diamond among the gems na projects na which can build on AI and have that AI agent.
Yeah. So I'll put those details below, no, yung email and yung socials, website ni ICP Philippines, ano. But yes, actually, Sir Nelson, ano, we can collaborate kasi actually I've been collaborating with other incubators, accelerators din sa Pilipinas, and parang we help of course in expanding the reach, in helping or in connecting yung mga developers ng Pilipinas. Kasi actually, in what I noticed, ang daming mga individual developers na nakikinig ng podcast, parang ito din yung mga ano eh, they are good at developing, they are good at programming, pero they don't know like the direction, they don't know how to get resources, how to get funding. So actually, may mga nakakausap na ako na I actually help them connect these developers to possible programs nga like Internet Computer Philippines, no? So, Internet Computer Protocol, lagi ko nakalimutan yung protocol, no? ICP nga pala siya, ICP Philippines. So,
ICP
I
Philippines.
think we can collaborate on that. And also, I mean, we're interested sa podcast to interview itong mga MVPs or itong mga market ready na startups or
Exactly.
projects ni ICP. I actually want to do that.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
But
We'll do
last
that.
question na lang, Sir Nelson, ano, to wrap up this
Mhm.
podcast, AMA actually.
AMA.
Ano yung parang future plans pa nga ni ICP Philippines? So, and maybe ano yung parang vision talaga into maybe 5 years, 10 years? So, what really does ICP want to, kumbaga, what impact does ICP really want to create in the country then?
Yeah, I think it's going to be three things, no, in the next 3 years. 3 things in 3 years. So first is incubating projects. So hopefully we can get the best of the best sa Philippines, maybe 10 to 20 projects. I do not know. It really depends. And then we can have them place on a 90-day incubation program. May possibility with grants, no? So they have something to move operationally. And then from there, they're going to be mature enough. And then to go to the next level or next phase, which is acceleration program. Meaning to say we have this international VC right now. We're calling it Olympus. Olympus program is going to be an acceleration program wherein you get to be at the forefront of VCs. So it's not guaranteed, of course, but we're talking about a lot of VCs, and it takes only one. No? They like a project, they given you funding or part of your project, and that can be life changing. And all the projects started from there. And the Philippines, it's really hard to even look for incubation and even acceleration. And then third is really the government support. It would be great if since we're doing the same thing or goal wherein we have to educate or upskill yung mga Filipinos, maybe we can work together, diba? We can share operational funding. That will be great. Meaning to say, of course, every legwork, diba, costs something, no? And it's not that much, but if ever we have that full support of the government through signing or whatever, that will be a big deal, no? So that's part of the 3-year plan right now for us. It's going to be incubation, acceleration, and adoption with the government, national government. Yeah.
So really to increase adoption nga din ni ICP, and I believe parang really to help really help produce more innovation, especially for an emerging market as well, emerging country like us, like the Philippines. So ayun, shoutout lang natin yung mga nasa yung mga nagko-comment sa live. Well, isa nag-comment si Ellie Rabadon, which is actually part of tama ba?
Yeah.
Ellie is part Tech Lead,
ICP of
right?
Philippines.
Yeah.
Tech Lead.
Yeah. So
Hello,
actually,
Ellie.
look. So palaki na rin ang community ng ICP Hub Philippines. But ayun, I guess I have no more questions. I think malino naman. So basically, actually, ang real connection nito sa Startup Podcast page din, especially for our listeners, na if you're a developer who wants to have a direction na magaling ka sa programming, pero you want resources nga, you want a network, you want a community, and you're interested maybe in the Web3 space, in the emerging tech space like AI, blockchain especially, so this is one possible direction that you can take, so I guess that's it. And siguro lang Sir Nelson ulit, pa-share na lang ulit ng website and ng social media channels, so how can they find more information
Yes.
about you?
I will. Definitely.
Yes, so sige, I'll put the details na lang then below, and if they want to connect with you, feel free to connect to Nelson Lumbres of ICP Hub Philippines. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Johnny, and to the community. Hopefully to see you in person and to work with you and get to know the community more. Thank you.
And thank you sa mga nakikinig. Actually, maraming mga nakikinig pa now. Hello sa mga nakikinig, and salamat sa pakikinig. Bye-bye.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you very much to our 57 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLexPage Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner. Early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Gumdrop Lab, creating scalable apps to transform your ideas into digital experiences. Cloud CFO, tech-forward cloud-based accounting service provider for businesses. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body BTs, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. Schooltech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britana, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DVCo Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Pareto Consulting, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Pahatid PH, Wishless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, Code Sham, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.